Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, as we welcome you back to part two of tonight's edition of In Conversation with myself, Inayat Wadi. We welcome you, our listeners, our viewers, on whatever platform you are listening to us or watching us right here on Salam Media on this Wednesday evening. And we're moving away from the local dynamics that are playing out, and we're taking a look at the subcontinent. We are talking about the conflict between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and it does appear as if this has been a long ongoing war, and a border war in particular as well. Now, we've seen the Pakistani government conducting multiple ground and air operations in Afghanistan, saying that they are targeting safe havens of the Tehrik-e-Taliban, and also accusing Afghanistan of launching terror attacks into Pakistan. The Afghan Taliban government has denied these allegations and has launched retaliatory strikes on a Pakistani basis. Now, this has been going on for quite a while, and we know it's come to a head in March. And this is what we were trying to do, is to understand what this border conflict is all about, why the rising tensions, and also looking at Pakistan and Afghanistan, who are neighbors, and is there a thing called peaceful coexistence between these two countries? To unpack all of this, we're joined by the president of PAIFJ and president of the Pakhtun Journalists Association out in Islamabad, Qamar Yousafzai, and also joined by Sial Yousofi, who is an Afghanistan-based writer and news producer at Tolo News. We await our guests on screen right now. Qamar, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, and jazakallah khairan so much for your time.
Walaikum assalam, Inayat sir. Thank you very much for connecting and inviting. Thank you.
And Sial Yousofi as well to you. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome,
Yes,
and we do appreciate your time as well.
Walaikum salam, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes. Qamar, let's start off with you. And as I mentioned, we're trying to unpack and we're trying to make sense of what is playing out between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Many are saying that this is a border conflict that is taking place, and just some context into what we're trying to discuss, and perhaps there is some sort of history behind why we're seeing this escalation of conflicts right now.
Inayat sir, thank you very much. First of all, I would say that there is two perspectives of this question. Number one is public opinion, one opinion, like the government decisions and this. We, the people of Pakistan, like on the border this side and that side, we are Afghan, and we are just loving each other, and we have a good relationship. And this is not from now. While this is the history is very long history. This is as per after the Afghanistan, and when 1947 the Pakistan came independent, got the independence. So after then, these crises, little bit on border, this always is going on. But beside these crises and these conflict, the relationship between the Afghan people, both sides, they, Alhamdulillah, is not been break by these incidents. So first of all, I would say that personally, I'm very much, unhappy with these incidents and these actions and reactions. Personally, this is my personal opinion. We are going to the history, and we are just from 1978. We are in how the Mujahid, this era is going to start, and there is in Peshawar. I was a journalist, the newly journalist in 1990. When so I did into all the leadership of the Rabbani and the Gulbadin Ikmatyar, Sayaf, and these all. So that was my young. The people who came after 78 up to uh, 90, that's when I enter in the journalism in 1990. So that was my good opportunity, you can say. So we discuss a lot of matters and lot of issues. So this is not matter of 30 minutes or 35 minutes or 40 minutes that we can explain the problems and the issues and the solutions. Then the Taliban, after then, from 1979, the Mujahideen going to start and they make 7 parties and then they converted nine parties. After the Cold War, when the Cold War ended and USSR went in the pieces, and the Mujahideen they entered to Afghanistan, and the Gulbadin Matyar was became a prime minister, and Rabbani was the president. So after Nawaz Sharif was here, the prime minister, and they sent to for Makkah for patch up and these things. So the Sirajuddin Haqqani father, I saw him first time there. So these everything this conflict between these internal in Afghanistan, and I would mention that very important that Gulbadin Matyar he was saying that I am the prime minister, but I can't enter to the prime minister house in Kabul. So that was conflict between these issues. Pashtun and non-Pashtun, acceptance and non-acceptance. That was a problem. Later on, these disturbances going on and was going on, and after then, the Taliban is coming up. How they can? Iran was sending some gift to Pakistan, and in the way because there was many packets and checkposts their own, and he was earning, recovering the money from each, you know, the car and every vehicle. Okay, then 10 vehicles, the trucks, they was coming to Pakistan and they disappeared from the Herat to Chaman border area. This area it disappeared. Pakistan requested that we are going to give you some in these trucks, but this is our thing, and you have to. That time, the Benazir government was here, and
Yeah. Sorry, Qamar, can I just stop you there for a minute, please?
your
Uh,
your wife.
uh, you you are breaking up quite slightly as well, so we can't hear you very clearly. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to sort out the sound problem. But I just want to bring Sial into the discussion as well. Sial, I think just your take, and obviously you've got your roots in Afghanistan as well, and just looking at it from an Afghani perspective, how is this conflict actually being seen?
Thank you. As Yousafzai have said, that we have a long history, and he talked about the history and the background of being Pashtun and being in both sides of Duran line. Uh, the people from both countries are not that much in enmity, or they are not. They're very good with each other, and their behavior is very nice with each other, because they feel that they are one people. And we from our perspective as a nation of Afghan nation, we respect the people of Pakistan, because they had a long history of hosting Afghan refugees, and our people were there for almost 2 decades, or more than 2 decades. They were there, and they were hosting our refugees. But from other perspective that in new nowadays we think that people we think we are grateful of the Pakistan government for hosting our people for almost 4 decades or 3 decades, but from the issues or the problems that are nowadays are almost uh, uh, from previous government, as they were shelling or they're targeting areas from like Kunar provinces, eastern Afghanistan, and they were doing that. The government of Pakistan was doing that from last I think 15 or 16 years. But our government and our people were always saying that we will choose the peaceful way. We will talk about it. We will solve it diplomatically, and we will talk about it from both sides, state sides and people. Like we call it jargon of people, and to consolidate the issue, to solve the issue. But after the Taliban 2.0, the Taliban new government, and when they came and the issue of TTP and the issue of ISS came, and they were blame the blame game started. The blame game
Yes,
started, and
Sial.
it was
Yes, I see Qamar is back. Hopefully, Sir Qamar will be able to hear you a lot more clearly as well. And I think just following up from what Sial is saying, and he speaks about diplomacy. And I think this is important to understand that, how to what extent has diplomacy been explored? Because at this point in time, both Pakistan and Afghanistan are in a conflict situation, and we've heard about attacks and retaliatory attacks coming through from Afghanistan.
should I talk?
Both sides, the China is playing the vital role, and the backdoor diplomacy is going on every day, and they are engaged. This is not that matter that they are not engaged or something. So silent diplomacy, backdoor diplomacy, this is going on. This is now what I understand in Islamabad. So many these are most of the people, they are trying for peace, but there is a big problem. We have to little bit we have to discuss this matter, which is very important and logical. Which is the important? Where is what is the terrorism? What is the terrorist? And what is the terrorist organization? Or is wanted by the China, is wanted by Uzbekistan, is wanted by the Tajikistan, is wanted by Iran, and is wanted by the Pakistan. So these, I think that these we can say that these are terrorist group. Now is my brother told that IS, Islamic State of Khorasan, who is the chief of that right now? The Shahabul Mahajir, he was, and where he was detained and he was in prison. Who released that person? This is important question. Okay, the Ministry of Interior released that person, and then now they started. Okay, before that, who was the head of that? Okay, the second organization, that is, we can discuss this thing so we can come to some conclusion and solution. Ansarullah, that is one organization, is fighting in this region, the Tajik people, the Tajikistan side. Now, the Uzbekistan side, uh, Islamic organization of, I think that Sial will be make me correct about this, that Uzbek Islamic movement, and also there are 16 organizations. And where is the son of Osama bin Laden is sitting now, this time? The second thing, the fourth, fifth, and seventh thing I would say, that who is the Eastern Islamic movement? What is this? Eastern Islamic movement. What is this? ETIM. Who they are fighting against Pakistan? These should be discussed first. And who is heading and from where? Okay, the TTP. We are coming to the TTP. In 2021, 2022, 2024, up to 24, how many meetings Pakistan did with the Afghan government about this special issue? Why? Because because we all are Afghan, the border area completely destroyed, both sides. But this side, more than 100,000 persons have been killed during the terrorist attacks in these 20 years. And you know, in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, our journalists, because I'm presiding the journalist organization, so round about 50% have been lost their lives. Okay, 50, 50%, 50 journalists. So we also suffered a lot of. So what is the solution? So as I mentioned, 21, 22, 23, 24, and last meeting is happened, and Hibbatullah, he was in, in Kandahar. Mullah Shirin, he is the governor of Kandahar. And these people would get together, and they were talking to with the Nur Wali, the TTP head, and he refused that I will be fighting against Pakistan. So this is the big conflict started, and still now I'm coming to every attack in Pakistan, because I'm very close. My subject is war on terror and militancy in Afghanistan. I've been detained in Afghanistan for, I've been detained by the NATO. I've been detained by the Afghan intelligence as well, different times. And the very big issue
Yes, I think we seem to lost Qamar as well. I think it is definitely to do with bandwidth issue, Sial. But Sial, I think, Qamar was talking about the whole issue about terrorism and the fight on terror, and the Tehrik-e-Taliban seems to feature very, very prominently. And I just needed your thoughts that is this only about fighting terror, or are there more, or are there other underlying issues regarding this conflict between Pakistan and Afghanistan?
As I think, it's not a it's not one issue. We had a lot of issues with Pakistan government. As I told you that the economic issue is also still there. The Dural line, which they are talking about, which they are calling it border, and we're not calling it border. We are calling it Dural line, which is not formal in our both sides nation view. So it's not a one issue that we have with Pakistan. As we talk about TTP, as we talk about other militant groups, it's new thing for Pakistan and Afghanistan. We had a history of, I think, from 1970, we had a issue. From 1940, we had an issue of the creating and the making of Pakistan is a big issue for Afghanistan. It is still a big issue. As I think, and as people think in Afghanistan, that Pakistan does not want as peaceful and a stable Afghanistan and a stable government in Afghanistan. Why? Because economy of Pakistan is more, what do you say, more, mostly on Afghanistan. if Afghanistan close the doors, if again Afghanistan break the relations with Pakistan, the Pakistan economy will be destroyed or will be damaged. One issue. The other one is water issue, which is Kunar Sindh, Kunar River, Kabul River, Kunar River, which is going to Chatral and is going to Karachi and other areas, and they are using our water, Afghanistan water. If we if in every stage of the history, if we want to work in our dams, check dams, in our electricity to make electricity from our water, the Pakistan government did not want it, because they said that if these dams are made in Afghanistan and the water is blocked from Pakistan, they will not they can't use it. So it's another issue. The political issue, if we have a strong government and we had a stable government, we will talk about Duran line, and it is a big issue. We will make it international issue, and we had if they are talking about Abdurrahman Khan, the king of Afghanistan, which they say that he signed the Duran line with a British person or British official. If it's a contract, the contract time is finished in 1919, and it's still a Duran line. So if we have a good government, we have a stable government and an official government, which is official for in United Nations, and which is for familiar with the issue of international laws and international regulations, we will talk about Duran line one day, and they didn't want that. So being the Afghanistan is sensible for these kind of things. It's not a one issue which we have with Pakistan.
So let me. I see there is a bit of a feed coming through. I think now that Qamar has actually joined us as well. Hopefully, Qamar will be able to get you now and hear you a lot more clear as well. And I think I was just talking to Sial and trying to look at it from an Afghan perspective. And clearly, simplistically, this thing is being looked at as a border issue, number one, and number two is being looked, against the Tehrik-e-Taliban as well, and the whole terrorist narrative that is that we read popularly in the media. And I was asking Sial, what are some of the other deeper underlying issues? And he spoke about water. He spoke about the economy of Pakistan as well, and looking at where Pakistan is at this point in time, where Pakistan has played a huge role as far as the Iranian conflict is concerned. Okay, but yet in Pakistan, in its own backdoor, it has got a conflict that has been looming for a long time and unable to resolve this issue, Qamar. If you could unmute your mic, please.
Yes, I was listening. Uh, this is unmuted. My mic is okay. Are you hearing me? Okay. First of all, Mr. Sial told about the Duran line. As it is the water problem, no doubt. It's also debatable, but you know what the agreement is claiming to be in 1894 or 95. Okay, and now this is 2026. How many governments came? And that was with British Raj. And then 1947, the Pakistan is coming in the frame in the a country. So in first, if we are going to this history, so in first, there was no any issue of Duran line. The second thing, first of all, this is a political, a slogan, and you can say that every time when we are just here, a politician from here or from there, when they are just trying to create some issues, so they are doing these things. They are claiming to be different line issue. This is not. Main issue is terrorism. When we are not clear and we are not clean, from the terrorism, so we can't develop our country, our economy, even the life of the people. These are very important issues. So economy, I would mention over here one example. Uh, do you hear me? Because I can't see your pictures.
Yes, we
Hello?
can hear you loud and clear. We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So in Ashraf Ghani time, the Afghanistan did one experiment with India that air bridge we will be make a air bridge like business with, because there was NATO over there and there were huge amount. So according to our very prominent figure of Afghanistan, he was talking, and Sial has known him very well. Uh, he was saying that we did in 6 months $38 million business, air business with India, and the total expenses was $39 million. So what we did, either this is good for the Afghan people or bad. We should to think about this. The second thing, now the education is very important for every society and for particularly for women. If we are coming, if recently one incident happened in Herat, and the attack on women, and very big, and this became an international issue. So what is this? And here, as a president Pak-Afghan International Forum of Journalists, I am dealing the Afghan refugees and Afghan, the journalists who are here in Pakistan, and how much they are living in very difficult situation. Why? Because of this interim government of Taliban. So these are the issues. Nobody is happy with this government. I am sure Sial is not able, because he's sitting in Kabul, and he will never talk like about against of these people, because they are very extremist people. And what the Sial is saying, I agree with him. But in this, I salute to him that he is very brave person, as he's coming for international media and he's talking about something. So that, thank you, Sial. So this is the main problem. Now, our matter is how to clear this region from terrorism. This is not our issue right now, that Dural line or the water, the Kunal River, where there's this coming to Chatrali. Yes, I've been there. This is the 2,624-kilometer border with Afghanistan of Pakistan. So first of all, we have, and both sides, if you will visit, because I'm the person, the Pakistani only journalist, I have been visit for these all, border area, different line, I've seen by my own eyes and by my own legs. So nobody's, we can claim, and every expert is coming and he is saying that, oh, this and this different line. But did we study about this? Did we visit it over there? Did we seen these the nation border, across the border? No. What is the business of these people? Nobody knows, because this need to be visited and to investigate and research. So this is important thing. Now this is the matter of how to the solution. The solution is very easy. If
Qamar,
the Afghan,
sorry, Qamar, before we get to the solution, I just want Sial to actually respond to what you had actually said as well. And I think it's important to get this
yeah,
response again. And,
yes,
once
please.
again, obviously you've made mention of terrorism, you've made mention of an extremist government in the Taliban government as well. But also at the same time, one cannot hide away, in all fairness, Qamar. about with
Yeah.
regard to the Pakistani government as well. Remember, the Pakistani government came after Imran Khan was actually democratically elected by the people of Pakistan. And what has happened is, since we know what's happened, Imran
No,
Khan is.
sorry, sir. No, sorry, sir. No, sorry. I don't agree with this.
No,
We
no,
are not
no,
happy with the present government. Even if we are not happy with Imran Khan. Truly speaking, he was bring by the military establishment, and current government also by the military establishment.
I know, I know. I'm aware,
Yeah,
fully aware of the Pakistani military and the power that the
yeah.
military holds in Pakistan. But I just want Sial to actually, from an Afghan perspective, and also in terms of some of the statements that were made with regard to the Afghan government. Sial, what are your thoughts? If you could unmute, please, Sial. We can't hear you.
Okay, the issue of terrorism is a big issue. I agree with Yousafzai said. This is a big issue. It's not an issue of Afghanistan, Pakistan. It's also the issue of a region. Like nowadays, there are some uh, groups in Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, these border areas as well, and there are some terror attacks in Iran, and there are some terror attacks. It's an international issue now. Specifically, we will talk about Pakistan and Afghanistan. This conflict and this issue is not based only on, as I said, that it's not only based on terrorism, because as we see that the terrorism in this region is as all the medias and all the international medias and internationally, all the people know that Pakistan has a big role in creating and making and delivering and sending groups to different areas, as well as Afghanistan, and it's a clear thing that everyone knows. And as we talk about the 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 feedback of what's going on and what Yousafzai have said, we had a uh, issue of being one nation in two countries, and it's a big problem for both nations, for both side of people. And the terrorism they are talking about, we are the sacrifice, we are the victims of terrorism. And in Pakistan side, there are also Pashtuns, which are killing and which are calling them terrorism, and in this side also, because in eastern Afghanistan and the border of the people who are living in Diwan land are all Pashtuns, and also on other side. So we are the victims of terrorism, and the people who are calling us terrorists. So this is the issue. We should solve it with state to state, and we should solve it with a diplomacy and through talking, as China came to meditation, Qatar came to mediation, but the issue is to solve it state to state.
Yes. I think, Qamar, obviously you are coming to solutions, and Sial ended off by talking about solving the problem. Let's
Yes, yeah.
talk about solutions. Let's
Yes,
talk
yeah,
about.
was starting very right, but this is debatable thing, and we should because we are in the international on the online, and we have to express the truth, and we have to tell. As per personally, I'm not agree with the Pakistan government is they are deporting the innocent people of Afghan refugees. I'm not, because as a president Pak-Afghan International, as a president Pakhtunkhwa General Association from Islamabad, I I am very much protesting, and we did protest, and we will do the protest. Number one. The second thing, We are journalists. We are not politicians. We are not the military people. We are not paid by them. So we have to tell something very right, straightforward. So, as I told you, that the what is the military establishment doing? Something is good, something is bad. Politically, the political figure have to solve these issues. This some matters are related directly to army and some related to the politician. Now we are coming to this, that the both side the Pashtun are suffering. Only the border, both side Pashtun are suffering. But we have to understand and we have to realize this, that where which one is the safe haven for the terrorist. Recently in Karachi attack, you know, this is four days before this attack happened, and the person captured and they injured and arrested, and what he told, everything he explained, and on all media this is available. You can see online that what he is saying, what his name is, and from where he came to in Karachi he attacked. Okay, the second, yesterday in the Balochistan area, Saranan, the drone attack, that was the drone attack. Suppose the drone attack, and this is very strange, that on which place? The place where the Afghan refugee camp is there. So Afghan Taliban attack on that point. So this is very shameful for every, because if I am killing my own countrymen, this is very bad. So this is so the solution. We have a good relationship with both countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. With China, China is friend of Taliban and this interim government, not only because the ideology is totally different, and but the Afghan Taliban is keeping the enemy of the Xinjiang province, is they want to separate the country and that their own state, that is Uyghur, Eastern Turkmenistan Islamic Party, and under this party there is a military wing. They are working, and according to my information, 2 months ago from Syria, 35 families have been shifted, the Uyghur militant from the Syria, to help this. And now this is going on. Another one big problem for the China. So why the Afghan interim government is giving space to these type of the persons? This is the big question. And this has been discussed in various places, even in China, when this negotiation was going on, because from February up to this time, Pakistan had been attacked 3 times. Okay, so February 2026 and up to now, many meetings happened in China, even in Qatar, and we were just thinking that this is the solution, this will be solved very soon. But again, some attack happened in Karachi, and in one school of Banu, the children's school, they attack on that, and how many children was killed. But the international media is silent. This is very much, unfortunate that the news didn't came in time. So, first of all, even every intellectual against of this fundamentalist government. I am Qamar Yousafzai. Even I made the videos and interviews of all these commanders in Afghanistan when they were in fighting with NATO. So I was in Afghanistan, in Helmand, in Herat, in Badghis. I've been working with the Norwegian TV too, and their troops was deployed in Faryab, and Sial knows that Faryab is very far area and Turkmenistan border. So I have seen these things, and various time, more than 100 time I visit to Kandahar, to Kabul, to Jalalabad, because we are Pashtun, we are going and we are coming. So this is the solution, that this interim, if the interim government don't want to give some national form of government, that all the society should be participate in the government, and they have to decide like Lue Jarga. So that will be good. Otherwise, if they are just strict on their own policies, they have to give freedom to the women for education, to children for education. This is very, and they have to clean their territory, their country from the terrorist groups. So every person loving the Afghans and every person will helping. But this is very main problem. During line is not issue. Why? Because both sides there are packets and there are checkposts. They are getting revenue from both sides, means that they are agree and they understood. And many meetings I have been over there in a Pakistani official and Afghan official. This is just only political slogans that during line this and this. No, they are agree. Totally they are agree that okay, this is done and now this is just we are using this as a political slogan. So these are the solutions. Education should be in Afghanistan for female, particularly jobs for female. This is an advice as a journalist to the Afghan, because these Afghan Taliban, they were my friend. I was meet to the Quetta Shura people and also the Peshawar Shura people. So I have good relation with some commanders. But
Yes.
the fact
Qamar,
is fact.
let me ask Sial to respond, because you made certain suggestions as far as the government is concerned, and just to look at it, Sial, Qamar spoke about women, he spoke about education, he spoke about a number of issues. How would one actually respond to that, and how would the Afghan, the interim government, respond to what Qamar is saying?
Uh, uh, I will ask one question from Yousafzai Sahib, that these kind of issues like women rights, like education, these kind of things, how will this solve the issue of Pakistan and Afghanistan? I don't know, because it's very internal issue of our country, because education relates to the people of Afghanistan. The woman rights thing is an internal thing. I don't know how it will solve the issue of Pakistan and Afghanistan conflict, and he will this thing, and that how can we relate this thing to the conflict that we are now in it. How will it solve it? Let me tell you something, that the main thing that we are facing from the beginning, when Pakistan was created, was that Pakistan did not like the stable and peaceful Afghanistan, or stable government in Afghanistan. And I know that Yousafzai will agree with me in this thing, because people to people, we don't have problem with Pakistan, and in government stage, we have issues with Pakistan from the beginning, from Daud Khan to Najib, and to Ashraf Ghani, and now the second government of Taliban. It's not a one new issue, and he's very experienced than me in this field, and he knows the history very well, and he will address this also, that if I am wrong, he will make me right, that we don't have issue in both sides, state to state, or government to government, from the beginning of from the beginning of Pakistan, which was created. If I am wrong, he will make me right and correct me. So these internal issues, as I think, these internal issues like education and women rights, it can solve the problem with our neighbors and with the region and the problems we have externally. So, in my opinion, this is not the issue.
Yes, Jazakallah
Yeah.
for that. Gentlemen, Qamar and Sial, we've got
Yeah.
about 3 or 4 minutes
Yeah,
to go.
yeah, this is
And
very important.
yeah,
This very important question of Sial, and I make it sure logically, and inshallah, he will also agree, and Inayat Sahib, you will also agree with this. My what I'm going to start about that. If the human right violation and education is not there in any country, so the neighbor country is suffering. Number one, uh, Sial, I would say that on daily basis, many Afghan peoples are in contact with me from Kabul, from Jalalabad, even from Ghor, Takhar, Badakhshan, everywhere, every province. Okay, and we requested the government of Pakistan and on Eid ul Azha, Mr. Anayat sir, the Pakistan opened the gate of Chaman, the border gate, Chaman border, and 3,000 round about 3,050% entered Pakistan. One day, in one day, few hours. If and here in Pakistan, you know, what is the calculation after 2021, 15 August? Sial, do you know the figure of the Afghan refugees as they came to Pakistan? How much went to Iran after August 15, 2021? You know,
I know, but I know the number of people returned. I also know that it is
yeah, but
millions
how
people.
many return and how many daily basis? Do you know what is the fare of the one car, one person from Kabul to Islamabad? You know, 280,000 Pakistani rupees, like $1,000 only. A person is taking a taxi, but four-person in one taxi, and $4,000 they are paying. Just imagine why they are coming, why they are paying to be, why they are coming to Pakistan. Because if there is justice, this human rights, they're caring, so they will not go outside. So the border will not that much close, and the terrorist attack will be not happen. So this is one important point. If internal your problem is you can't solve these problems, if you know, uh, last week one lady called me from the Kabul, and she was saying to me that, brother, we are getting very minimum package salary, and I can't cope with this, and I can't keep my children that how to. So these are the things, and how much strict they are. Yes, Islam doesn't say us to that you have to stop your women from the education. Where is in Islam? So when we are just violating these things, so we are suffering. You know, from 15 August to uh, up to no 1.3 million uh, people, uh, they migrated to Pakistan, while legally 665,000 that was legally, and all other was illegal. This is data I have. These all,
well,
and
Qamar, I must say
after
that you know what, we are actually almost out of time, and you talk about legal and illegal. We've got a big problem in South Africa at the moment as well in terms of migrants from the African continent as well. And just yesterday, the whole country came to a standstill because of the marches against undocumented and illegal migrants in this country. So this is a problem that is right across the entire world. We see the problem in the United States of America. We've seen what the Donald Trump government has done as well. We've seen what has been taking place in the UK, in Europe as well. So this is a big, 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 big challenge. So it's not only a problem that is unique to Afghanistan and to Pakistan only. It's a problem. We see what India is doing with all those refugees as well, changing laws. So these are major problems that many countries are faced with. But at the end of the day, I think and I'll give you a minute each, starting with you, Qamar, just some final thoughts in a minute, please, because we are running out of time. And I'll just ask Sial as well, because at the end, when we started this program and when we were testing, both of you were speaking Pashto to each other. Okay, and this again is brother and brother. We, at the
Yeah,
end of the day, we are Muslims.
we are
The
Muslims. Yeah,
Quran
we are Muslims.
speaks about all mu'mins are innamal mu'minuna ikhwa. We are all brothers. And when one sees, and for us here in South Africa, when we see Pakistan and Afghanistan in conflict, at war at each other, drones killing, it saddens us actually. And this is a matter that needs to be resolved. So come on, I'll give you about a minute, just some final thoughts, and I'll ask you to also comment as well.
Sorry, I can't hear your last words.
No, I said I'll ask Sial to comment. I'll give you about a minute to comment, and then just some final time and a minute to Sial as well, because we are out of time.
Thank you very much for you and Sial. We are here, and we can pray for the peace, and we will struggle for the peace. Either Pakistan wants or they don't want, or if Afghanistan wants or not, but the people of Pakistan wants the peace. So we will pray for the peace, and we will struggling, and still we are struggling. We are fighting with the government, our own government. This is not that issue, but I'm requesting to all the journalists of Afghanistan as well that they have also little bit. They have to fight. They have to just not. Our fight is for with pen, with discussion. This is our fight. We can request politely, logically, diplomatically. So we have to play our role. This is very important. Thank you.
Jazakallah for that, Qamar. Sial.
Thank you very much, and I'm fully agree with Yousafzai said that we will fight against every bad things happen to this nation, both nations, and we are both one people. We are Pashtun in both sides, and we are suffering from both sides. And we are hoping for peace in both sides, and we are hoping stability in Afghanistan and Pakistan, and we are brothers. And what Qamar's Yousafzai have said, that we will fight. We are in a fight, and we are in a. He knows that how hard is it in Afghanistan now, being a journalist, being doing doing work in this field, and we are still talking about girls' education. We are talking about women rights. We are daily basis. We are working, and we are doing our work and our struggle and our fighting against these things. And we hope that both sides, state to states, learn about that, how much the people of both countries are suffering from this war and this conflict. And we pray for that both sides of the nation of Pashtun nation will relieve from this hard and this bad situation.
Well, inshallah, we make dua for that as well. And, I'm just looking at your surnames. You both have the same surname, Sial Yousofi and Qamar Yousafzai as well. So, at the end of the day, alhamdulillah, we've had both of you. I must say, we thank both of you for taking time out with us right here on Salam Media. I know it's very late. In your part of the world, you're over 3 hours ahead of us here in South Africa. It is very, very late, but we do appreciate you staying up, you staying awake to talk to us here at Salam Media, and also to reach out to our audiences. All the best to both of you, inshallah, and we continue praying for peace. Assalamu
alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sial Yousofi and Qamar Yousafzai with us out of Afghanistan and Pakistan this evening. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's edition of In Conversation with myself, Inayat Wadi. Until we meet again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.